really want to tell you, but I don't know if I can.
Why?
Because it's a really big thing that I haven't told anyone. So I was diagnosed with early breast cancer 7 weeks ago. I hadn't planned to come here and tell you. It was the first time I'd told anybody in the world.
So Jessie, we recorded an episode
Yes, we did.
and you're now back.
A lot of the things that we spoke about, especially with the breast cancer, I realised that the journey wasn't there yet.
So how are you feeling?
Hello, I'm Jessie J and I'm back in great company.
Jessie J's here.
Jessie J.
Jessie J! Why didn't you like the last one?
I think I just got to a point where I was like, I'm going to talk about it, but I wasn't there yet. I just knew how important that conversation was.
Yeah.
I can't be a mum like I want to be a mum. I feel like cancer's robbed me of memories with my boy. I had cried and I had been scared and I was like, I'm going to die. There was moments where I was like, this is going to go left and I'm going to die.
When you wake up from the surgery, what goes through your head?
Where is my boyfriend? As soon as I opened my eyes and I saw him, I just burst into tears. I was just so happy to be alive and like in the room and back and it be done. But I do just want to say, to end this, if anyone...
Hey guys, welcome back to Great Company Podcast. I'm really excited for the episode today. As you can see from the trailer, it's a little bit of a different one because we have Jessie J on. Now it's different because this is sort of 2 episodes combined together. Jessie came on the podcast before and I was the first person she had ever told in sort of the media landscape that she was diagnosed with cancer. We had an amazing conversation, but she wasn't quite comfortable to release that because she wasn't quite ready to do it. She didn't have a full diagnosis. She was a bit nervous because she didn't really know what was happening with everything that was going on, which is so understandable. So she asked to come on again. So what we've done today is combine the 2 episodes together. So you'll probably hear and see that maybe she is different in 2 different places. That's because it was 2 different episodes, so we really hope you enjoy it. It's a really special episode, and I just want to thank you, Jessie, for just being an amazing guest. Now, before we start the show, if I can ask you one favour. That's it. One favour is if you can please click the subscribe button. It's right here. If you do that, it does us wonders, I cannot tell you. It makes us allowed to keep making the show that you love. It keeps getting the great guests, and we can keep doing this. So if you can do that, that would be amazing. All right, here we go. Enjoy this very emotional, very special episode of Great Company with Jessie J. Most of the things people say to me is this: when they see me, they go, "Oh my God, you're much shorter," and I go, "Oh yeah, I am. This is my height."
You know, honestly, I've never looked in a mirror.
Or they'll go,
What?
Or they'll go, "Oh, you look much better than I thought you'd look." And
People
I go,
say that to me all the time.
Right, brilliant. All right.
Yeah, you're so much prettier in real life. And I'm like, this isn't real. I'm not me. Like, there's nothing.
How do you respond?
No, that is literally how I respond. There is nothing that anyone could say to me that would offend me. Like, I literally, me and my assistant go on like the Shade Room and all these like, you know, the places where like people go to write the comments that kill. I just love it. And I scroll through and I like the BAFTAs. I was like, I just want to see what people are saying. Not like the people like, this is amazing. I was like, I want to see like, and it's like, she looks like a lesbian geography teacher that's just auditioned for The Mask. And I was like, that is what I want to read. That makes this worth it.
It's like a
I love it.
Geography
Just left an
teacher.
audition for The Mask. And I was looking at me, I was like, I do look like a lesbian geography teacher that just left The Mask audition. I actually find that quite a compliment. I don't even know where England is on the map. Right, it's some rocket. We have to laugh at ourselves. Like, the job that we've chosen is so random. When people come up to me in the street and just say the most random things, it honestly makes my life so much more interesting. Like, what's the weirdest thing anyone's ever said to you?
Mate, people say the weirdest stuff to me all the time. I mean, like, I get called, I think I'm Ellen DeGeneres the whole time. They actually,
My middle name is Ellen because of Ellen DeGeneres.
They actually think, they
My
generally
name's
think I am.
Jessica Ellen Cornish.
Oh, wait, after Ellen? No, it's not. Wait.
I know, I'm like, guys. Oh my God, yeah.
I'm a big believer in energy, and I'm
Yes.
pretty spiritual as well.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm religious. I went to church a lot as a kid though, but I don't know if I'm religious, but definitely spiritual. And now every single night I get on my hands and knees and I pray.
Mm.
And every morning I do that. And I say the
Mm.
same thing. I go, thank you for keeping my wife, my family, friends happy, healthy, and content. And I just thank for so many things. And I swear to God, doing that and like cleansing yourself, actually,
100%.
without a doubt.
Acknowledging the good in your life and not just using prayer or faith or religion, whatever it crosses, spirituality, in moments of darkness is key. Like, to actually say, yo, thanks, I had a good day. As opposed to just like, I'm having a bad day, can you help me out? You know, I think that's so important, and I think it's a really beautiful level of gratitude to have to start your day.
But then when bad things happen, if really bad things happen, how do you stay grateful?
I have good perspective. I always
Okay.
see things as a bigger picture. I honestly believe that things happen to me. Oh God, happen to me so that I can help other people get through them. And I know
Wow.
that might be a weird perspective to have,
Yeah.
especially with my health. But I feel like, yeah, I have a, I don't know, I just feel like I'm so blessed. I think of it like this. I said this the other day and someone was like, wow. But like, you know, when you've been healthy for like 180 days
Yeah.
and then you're really sick for a week and you're like, I can't believe it. But in actual fact, it's a very small percentage of being sick in comparison to the good days you just had as being healthy.
Yeah.
And I think everyone can focus on the bad stuff because we all want to feel good and happy. And so when we have like maybe 3 months when we're a bit depressed, in the grand scheme of things, you just had a good year. So just give yourself a little grace to have a moment of like shedding whatever you need to shed or feeling whatever you're feeling. And I think for me, when I go through bad times, if I'm honest, I kind of like enjoy them because I'm like, okay, something's happening here. I need to grow. I need to deepen something. I'm being taught a lesson every time. And then I write songs about it and then yeah.
That's a really good way of looking at it, because I think when we talk about like personally when you go through hard times, right? We try and fight them, and you're right in the sense, like, say you felt great for 180 days and then suddenly your brain turns on you for whatever reason, you feel anxious, depressed, whatever it is, you straight away go, why do I always feel like this? But actually you haven't really felt always like that, so you
No,
catastrophize.
exactly.
And leaning into it and going, okay, I'm feeling this way, why am I feeling this way? That's but it's a really hard thing to do.
And it is and it isn't. I think it's a freeing thing to do, but it's really just a sense of perspective and just like my dad and my mum, we grew up having like family conferences every weekend where we'd sit and talk about how we felt. So my dad's a mental health social worker, not anymore, he's retired. My mum was a teacher. So together it was like we used humour in a lot of things. And also just, I feel like for the biggest blessings that I've had in my life that are massive, I have to have balance. Like there has to be balance in my life.
Explain that to me.
Oh no, I really want to tell you, but I don't know if I can.
Why?
Because it's a really big thing that I haven't told anyone and it's very personal, but I
Okay.
just don't, this is the
Well, you don't
moment I'm
have to
going to
tell me.
share it. I may cry. I probably won't.
Don't worry, if you cry,
But,
that'll send me the edge as well, so I'll be with you.
So I was diagnosed with early breast cancer 7 weeks ago, right? And I haven't told anyone.
Buddy, I'm so sorry. Ah! Okay, so Jessie, we recorded an episode
Yes, we did.
before, and you're now back
Back.
again to record another episode. And
I just love it so much.
I know, man. That's what I'm hoping, that
Yeah.
you just really enjoy.
I enjoyed it so much that I pretended I didn't like the last one so I could do it again.
Why didn't you like the last one?
No, it wasn't that I didn't like it. Just a lot of the things that we spoke about, especially with the breast cancer, it just changed. Like my diagnosis was a little different and I just knew how important that conversation was.
Yeah,
I realised that the journey wasn't there yet. And I
I
just
get that.
felt I owed it to myself just to kind of act on my instinct and go, I think I should do that again when I'm a bit further down the line.
So how are you feeling?
10 out of 10. No, I'm okay. Yeah,
But
I'm
I
good.
feel like you'll always say you're okay, which is fine. Like I get that.
No. I mean, I had my days. Like yesterday, I sobbed because I miss my boy. My boy is. I can't be a mum like I want to be a mum, and I feel robbed. I feel like that's the only biggest negative thing. I'll start with the worst thing, as I feel like cancer's robbed me of memories with my boy. And anyone that has a toddler knows that they change so much in that time. And you blink, and he's like chatting.
You say you feel like a little bit anxious about what you were saying last time, which I kind of understand. You came on and you were in this headspace and you were kind of just being diagnosed with
Yeah,
cancer.
I think so I was diagnosed on the 31st of March.
Yeah, so it was around that time.
And no, it was May. It was like 8 weeks later that I came here, right?
Was it really?
Yeah. So
Okay,
it was
so
almost 2 months later.
And it felt like it was the first time you were told, like
It was the first time I
stranger.
told anybody in the world, like other than friends and family, where it would have been a public knowledge thing.
Was
So-
that scary?
No, it was really nice. And I could hear it that I was just the adrenaline running through my body. But I
Yeah.
think also just because if I'm honest, how do I word this? Whenever you're kind of diagnosed with something or you go through something as someone that's in the public eye, people often give you kind of a bit of a flag to wave at the front of the queue to like represent everybody behind you.
Yeah.
And I felt that I was like in autopilot doing that with the breast cancer when I actually just wanted to be someone that was in the back of the line watching someone else that had already kind of gone through it, that had that knowledge and understanding to do that for me. And I think that the way I was talking about it when I was listening was already as if I'd gone through it. And I hadn't, and I almost wanted to let myself be a bit more scared and sad.
How do you articulate that to family? Because I just, when something like that happens and you get diagnosed with something, I think your immediate thing, which I noticed when you said to me first, is to go straight to humor, because you want to
Even now.
Yeah, even now you just let's make it funny. I don't want people to fast. Let's go to humor.
Yeah, I mean, I think humor's always my thing. It's not. I don't think I use it as a defense mechanism. I just think it's my personality. Doesn't mean that some days aren't awful.
Yeah.
And I don't let the closest people into me. That sounded weird.
The closest people realize what you're going
yeah,
through.
go for my mum knows, like my boyfriend knows, like some of my best friends know. The whole world doesn't need to see that all the time.
Yeah, but also, Jessie, I'm going to say, because like, I don't know why, after the last time we spoke, I feel like this sounds so cheesy, but I feel like a real connection to you, and I don't know why. I'm not kidding. I don't know why I do.
I love that.
I swear to God, I don't know why. And this is going to sound cheesy, but you don't have to be brave. Like
I just start crying and pouring all over my face.
I'll pour But you don't have to be. And I think you got diagnosed with cancer. You then, when you spoke about it with me, right?
Yeah.
You were being like very joking, like, oh, this and that, which is, I get that. That's an immediate thing that I would do, and I understand that. And then you've gone through this whole process right now of, and we're going to talk about what you've been through, but you're sort of in this moment now, and I still feel like you're like, no, we just got to keep moving, going on, and everything.
No, you know what? I think it is. I feel like I had 2 months to process it. So when I spoke about it with you, I had cried and I had been scared, and I was like, I'm going to die. There was moments where I was like, this is going to go left and I'm going to die. And I had those moments, and I think anyone that gets diagnosed with cancer at any level or anything, when you're in the unknown, at that point, I didn't know if I was going to have extensive treatment, what it was going to be. So I think when I listened back to it, I almost felt guilty that I was robbing people, like my fans, my friends, my family, time to understand, because I knew that was going to come out very closely to me talking about it, and it wasn't going to give much of a window for people to process it. And it was actually something my PR said to me. That sounds so cliche, but he's doing his job, where he just said, like, people really care about you, Jess, and this is going to hurt a lot of people, and that isn't for you to manage. But I just felt like the way I was talking about it, because I had known about it for 8 weeks, and I was still going through all the tests, and like I still had more results that came in after we talked last time that changed things that we'd talked about, that I didn't give them the chance to process it. Does that make sense? So I think maybe that was one of the things that I was talking about it with humour already, because I'd gone through the sad and the like, but also,
is that what happens?
Do you do really my thing though? I just don't.
Talk me about the last 2 months. So the last time we met, you've been diagnosed. Since then you've had surgery.
So when I saw you, I can't even remember where I was at. I think I was in the process. So the last test that I had was a genetic testing. So basically,
what does that mean?
So I found a lump. I went and got checked. They said we can feel and see the lump, but on the ultrasound it looks fine. So that was, so they said, we'll send you for a mammogram, or do you want to get a biopsy? And I said, well.
And what's a mammogram?
So a mammogram is where they basically squash your boob into a machine.
Yeah.
And basically, I think it's like I don't want to say it's an X-ray, but it's like they do a picture of it. So from the side, I couldn't even fit my boob in the screen. It was literally like, it was like shutting a yogurt covered apricot into a door. And she was like, can you go in anymore? I was like, I've got nothing left. There's no boob left. And me and the nurse were crying, laughing.
A yogurt covered apricot.
It was like, she was like, I was literally holding onto the machine, like, you all right, babes? You good? Yeah.
Just getting as
literally. She's like, can you go in anymore? And I was like, there's nothing there. And I was laughing so much. She was like, try and stay still.
And what's going through your mind at that time?
Well,
you're laughing, but
let me just go back to what I was saying, so I don't go off on a tangent.
Sure,
and
100%.
do what I always do.
And I'll do that by accident.
So I had the ultrasound, that was clear. And then luckily they sent me for a biopsy first, because the mammogram came back clear. So if I'd have had that second, I don't know what would have happened. Like whether I would have just not had any further treatment and that would have been it. And then it would have got bad.
Wow.
Like really bad, yeah.
That can happen.
Well, yeah, of course. And I'm lucky that I'm very aware that I'm very lucky that I can have private healthcare. So
Wow, I didn't even know that was.
yeah, so usually the usual course is ultrasound, mammogram, and then anything.
Yeah.
So because I have young-ish breast tissue, it looked healthy. This is what they've told me. This isn't me,
Got it. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So because of my symptoms, so I had like a really achy arm. My arm felt like it was made of lead, and I'd always had pins and needles every morning. Like when I woke up, I couldn't feel my hand every day.
And how long was that for? Can I just
About
ask?
5 months.
And you just didn't go and get it checked. You just would just wake up
I
every
just
day.
thought, I don't know, because I was working out. So I was like, maybe I'm just getting blenched. And I just thought, I was like, it was just the workouts. And I felt healthy. I was good. So I didn't think of anything of it. I was just kind of like, maybe it's my muscles. I know, silly. And I was busy. I was preparing. I just moved back from America. I was moving house. I've got a toddler. Like,
You're just
doing life, you know?
Life.
And so because of that, they said, let's do a biopsy and just do it. And they were like, the only appointment we've got is the 28th of March. And it was the morning after my birthday. And I was like, let's do it. Big girl pants. I'm 37. Let's be brave. And so I randomly blogged it. So I filmed myself going to the appointment, just going, found a lump. And so I filmed the biopsy, and like my boyfriend was there, and I did that. And she said, I'm going to phone you on Monday if it's not good news. Or I was like to tell you. And I was like, okay, fine. This was on, I think it was a Friday, I think. And then my boyfriend and my son actually went to Denmark for a little trip for a week. And I was at home.
Are you spending the weekend nervous? What are you feeling all
No,
weekend? You're not even thinking about it?
no. I was just cracking on with things on my to-do list.
Wow, Jessie.
I don't worry about things that haven't happened. There's no point.
I think that would consume you all weekend.
No, there's no point, because until you get told, like, you're just wasting energy. And I was talking to the BAFTAs. I was busy. I was doing meetings. Like, I was everywhere. I was sitting with Spotify and Apple, and we were preparing for a launch. No one even knew this was happening. I hadn't even told any of my team at this point that I went to get a biopsy. I was just like, it's going to be fine. They literally was said to me, it's going to be fine. It's a cyst. It won't be anything. It doesn't look bad. And so I literally was come off a call with the BAFTAs talking about my performance. And she texted me saying, can you Zoom really quick? So I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be nothing because it's a Zoom. But it was Monday. So I was like, And it was 6:00. So I was like, okay. So I was like, jumped on the call. And she was like, are you sitting down? And I literally went, oh. And I was like, yeah. And she went, I'm really sorry, but it's all come back as like high-grade cancer cells. And I just burst into tears. That was my normal, that was a healthy reaction. So those moments, it's not like I'm like, you're making a joke. You know what I mean? I'm not. I reacted like anyone else would, and I just burst into tears. And I think because I was like convinced it wasn't going to be anything, and everyone had told me it wasn't. Like even my friends that I'd told I'd had a biopsy done were like, oh, it'll be nothing. Like my friend had that last month and it was nothing. So I was like, yeah, kind of poo-pooed that I was like thinking it could be something. And so obviously they kind of tell you the result and then they'll be like, we'll be in touch. That's when you're just like, right, so what happens next? And they reach out, and then I had an MRI. And that was I'm claustrophobic. And with a breast one, you have to lay on your front with your like boobs in a little bucket. I mean, mine was a little bucket. And then they inject you with dye at the end, and then they like can see everything. But I was in there for probably 25, 30 minutes. And they ask you and then they ask you what music you want, but you're on your front, so you're looking down to just like a plastic bottom. So, and I picked Bob Marley because that's what I gave birth to. The Machine and Bob Marley. We might have talked about this last time, but those two things at the same time. It was like, everything's gonna and I was literally just laying there going, what do I zone into? Do I zone into the Machine or Bob Marley? And I just had to talk myself like off a panic attack the whole time.
I know that.
That was the worst. That was one of the worst bits of all of this.
Oh, Jess,
it was awful. And I was like, I hate MRIs. I hate them. And I feel so awful.
Claustrophobic and
so claustrophobic. And I couldn't move. And I've got my arms up. And they're just like, and I take a deep breath and they'd be like, try and stay still. And I'm like,
and you're trying not to panic.
Oh,
and you're just
the
fighting
whole
that thing's just
and they're like,
right there.
do you want us to give you something to calm you down? I was like, nah, that ain't a bit of me. let me just ride this raw dog. Like, I just sent me raw dog the MRI.
Are you serious? You just
No,
wouldn't?
nothing. No, I hate it. Any like melatonin, I just don't like anything. I like to feel what I'm feeling and deal with it.
Good on you, Jessie.
So I was laying there, did that. And then when the results of those came back, it showed that I had, it was about 4.5, 5 centimeters of cancer and a lump at the bottom. And then I also had more here and at the top. And so I then decided to get a second opinion, to a lot of people's advice.
Yeah,
And I found a doctor that I really liked. And then so he wanted to repeat some of the tests, but also test the other cancer that had been found to make sure it was the same kind of cancer as the other one. And that was when I had those biopsies done the night before Ronnie's Scott, that I did my industry showcase. So that was when I was in pain. And I was just so uncomfortable, and I had my outfit already picked out, and I couldn't be bothered to change it, so you could just see the plasters. So I was trying not to lift my arm up.
And you're just doing it.
Yeah, because I wanted to. I was so excited. You know what? And I said to you at the beginning of this, like, there's a bit of me that feels like I go through these things to write music, but then I also feel like the health thing might already be written and happening, and the reason it happens alongside me putting out music is so that it brings me enough joy to do the sad thing. Does that make sense? Do you know how much I love my job? Like, this isn't like I'm going on a promo run, or I'm doing that. I love it. I love it. I love connecting with people. I love singing. I love making music. I love writing songs. I love making people feel stuff. Like, so for me, it was like, that got me through. So then after the MRI, I had the mammogram, which was just hysterical. Me and the nurse just cracking up laughing.
Why? Because
of the me not.
Yeah.
And
what are you feeling mentally? What are you feeling at this point? You're just cracking on.
I was so busy with work that, if I'm honest, I didn't have a lot of time to process it. And I know that there was, like...
Do you think that's a good thing? Maybe
good and bad, which is one of the reasons I wanted to tell the world.
Yeah.
But I didn't know when. And I kept recording the video and then not having time to, like, edit it and put it out. And then I was like, I don't want to edit it. But then it was like, how do I make this like a 30-second video to explain it? And then I kept making jokes, or I'd burst into tears. And I literally had like 16 different videos of different days where I was like, right, I've got 5 minutes. I'm in between promo. I just want to let you guys know that this has happened. And then I was talking like I was in an interview, because I was doing interviews, and it was just...
Because you can't feel...
It was so disconnected, and I was just like, okay, let me just wait until this happens organically.
Can I ask you a question on that as well? Because you, I would say, you're a bit like all of us. You're a workaholic for sure. You love what you do. Like, you enjoy it so much that when you're in this moment, you're like, no, this I can't. I have to keep doing this.
But also, when you've worked so hard to get to that point, like, this wasn't like a two week. Let's put out a song, and like, this was like years in the making of, like, even just rebuilding the foundations of my life.
Yeah.
Like, my team, my not my confidence, like my value in, like, and just finding the joy. Like, these songs were 5 years old. So I'd gone through, like, left my label and gone through the legal stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to just put this aside and sit at home and cry, because that's what other people would do. And then when I saw you, it was right before Summertime Ball.
Yeah. You're the mix of everything. So
I knew I was, at some point, I was like, I almost want to do a podcast or an interview where it will force me to tell people. And I hadn't planned to come here and tell you.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the opening of the podcast, it feels like you're literally been told to, like, gear me up to tell you.
I knew nothing.
No, I know.
I knew nothing.
And so then I hadn't really prepared to talk to you about it.
And also, we just first met, so I really didn't know.
Yeah. But you was like, how do you deal with hard things in your life? And I was like, you know.
But I think it was like that word vomit just comes out because you just want to say it.
And it was just an open tab. And you're, like, so desperate to tell someone. And I think I just got to a point where I was like, I'm going to talk about it. But I wasn't there yet to talk about it like I did.
And so...
It's only been 8 weeks.
And so since then, you said you had the diagnosis changed?
New doctor. Yeah, so it wasn't a new diagnosis. It was just that I just got more understanding of what it was. So there was more cancer around my breast than I thought there was. And then I had to have genetic testing, which takes 4.5 weeks to come back, the results. So I think that's when I spoke to you. So I was in a period of time where I was waiting to see if I carried any breast cancer genes, and that would determine whether I was having a single or double mastectomy. So I always was having this one taken off. Oh. And then this one I've kept because I didn't carry any genes. So it was just the gene doctor was just like, it's just unlucky. It's just one of those things.
When you shared the diagnosis on socials, you did that. What was the response?
Oh,
like?
it was so nice.
Isn't that, I saw it, it's amazing.
Do you know what was beautiful is I believe in like love and joy and happiness and people being good people and wanting to care. And so the media was obviously the thing that swum around my head.
But I do think, even though being diagnosed with cancer, you're still doing Summertime Ball and Ronnie Scott's.
But what other person in life, I can tell you now, I wish everyone that has ever been diagnosed with anything scary got to experience what I did at Summertime Ball. Because that was nothing to do with me being Jessie J. That was just people wanting to give me a hug.
Oh man, that's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like when I watch that back, it makes me cry every time. When I say it, because you can see it. I mean, I saw me being little Jessica. That wasn't Jessie J. When I said, this is my last show before I go and beat breast cancer, and I pull this face and I go like this, because I haven't said it out loud. I hadn't said that out loud to like 80,000 people. And everyone just erupted with joy and love. And I just was like, I'm going to sing this next song now. Like because I knew I'd just lose it. But that feeling, that euphoria, that like energy, like everyone that was there in that space, my team, my family, my friends, strangers, young, old, people holding up posters saying like, we love you, you're going to beat this. We've got you. I've beat it 3 times. And it was
powerful.
It was the most.
Yikes! That's like hit me as
and it wasn't me being Jessie. It wasn't me. I wasn't getting that love because I'm Jessie J. I was getting that love because people are kind to people.
Yeah.
And I felt like when I was being put to sleep, it was that moment that I was playing in my head, because it was an unimaginable amount of love that I received in that 25 minutes I was on stage. But in that moment, oh my God, it was overwhelming. It was, and then to sing Living My Best Life, you know what I mean? And then Price Tag, and just see like everyone just loving it. And like, we're all just humans trying to get through this crazy thing called life.
Yeah. When you wake up from the surgery, what goes through your head?
Where is my boyfriend? Where is he? Why? When I tell you, the worst bit for me.
Yeah.
First of all, I got my period the morning of the surgery.
Okay.
So I'm like already just, imagine my mood is off, and they make you put on those like see-through little pants. And I was like, this ain't doing nothing. Like post-baby periods are no joke. So I'm already just like, okay. So I've got to like just be out there. Just, you know what I mean? So my boyfriend's like, do you want some chocolate? And I can't eat. Because he's just being silly with me. Because I can't eat from the night before.
12 hours before or whatever it is.
Yeah, so I'm like, just like, like I was just like, trying to make jokes and stuff, but my surgery was a little bit delayed because I had something happen. So I was waiting for a while. So I hadn't eaten for like 16 hours or something by the time I went down.
Stop it.
And then they walk you down, don't they, when you're not like unwell?
Yeah.
And that's the episode of like Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's weird. And you got that little cloak on that has a little hole at the back.
Yeah, your bum's just swinging in the breeze.
I know.
And
you're walking past everyone.
Yeah, and you're like, hello, like, don't mind me.
And everyone's going, is that Jessie?
Yeah.
Is that Jessie J?
Yeah. And so, you walk down to like the freezer, and it's literally like a Costco aisle freezer with like, and they're like, just relax. And you're like, bruv, this ain't my workspace. This ain't what I'm used to, is they're plugging me up to all these things. And he lays me down, and I'm literally, and I instantly like panic. So like my body starts convulsing.
No.
And like when I have panic, I shake. Like if your wife has a C-section, prepare for after a C-section, you shake uncontrollably.
Why? Because
it's just the adrenaline and the drugs and like, and I can't remember, it's something that happens in your body, but you're literally like, and that's what happened. And I was like laying there, and he was trying to put the needle in my hand, and I was like, and he was like, your vein is slipping around, and I was like, well, anytime now would be good. So I'm laying there, and they're putting all these things on me. And he was like, right, I'm going to give you the happy drug, which like relaxes you.
Okay.
And I've always talked to my mum about this. I'm like, something happens before you're put to sleep that I don't like.
What, where it goes suddenly black around you?
No. Like before they put you to sleep, something happens that I don't like, that I just don't like the feeling of it. And I'm like, is it a painkiller? Like, what is it that they give you? So I've realised the happy drug does not make me happy.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay.
He was like, so I'm going to give you the happy stuff. And he literally put it in, and I went, nah. I was laying there. I went, no. Put me the fuck to... I literally, sorry if I can't swear, but I went, put me the fuck to sleep right now. Like I was literally just like, I don't like it. This ain't a bit of me. And he was like, no, just relax. I was like, nah, doc, put me to sleep, babes. I'm not here for this.
I'm not.
Like, I'm not here for this, babes. And I was literally like, and I feel bad. I actually apologised to him when I came back because I said, put me the fuck to sleep right now.
Yeah, but
Literally
there's a
said
lot
that.
going on, man. Yeah,
and then he gave me the oxygen, and I literally repeated in my head the video of my son going, I love you, mummy, that he'd recorded that morning that my mum had sent me. So I repeated him going, I love you, mummy, and me going, and I was going, I love you too. I love you, mummy. I love you too. And I probably said it 6 times, and then I fell asleep.
God, you're gonna make me.
Yeah. And I was thinking about Summertime Ball in that moment of
Yeah.
like just that cheer and love. That's what I was thinking about as I went to sleep. And then as I came around, I've actually filmed it. I'll show it to the end. I look crazy. I literally am like, and I remember just like being with it a little bit, and I was going, where's Hanan? Where's Hanan? No, my boyfriend. Where is he? Because I could hear the nurses talking, and I just wanted him. And as soon as I'll get upset. As soon as I opened my eyes and I saw him, I just burst into tears. And he filmed it. He like propped up his camera so that he could I could watch it back. And I was just so happy to be alive and like in the room and back and it be done. And I never forget, I looked down and they put like a plaster the whole way around and then just your nipples out. And I was like, why is my nipple like, my nipple was like, like awake. Like it was like, he was like, like it looked like a boob that had been to like in jail. It was just like
Her nipple had been up all night.
Yeah, and that's the first thing I said. I was like, not my nipple, just and I was off. I was just
nipple had been to jail.
Yeah, literally. And so yeah, so I was making jokes as soon as I came around, and then he filmed me, and I
Man, what a legend as well. Like just like that's. I know, like obviously people. Of course, he's going to be there to support and do that, but like that's.
Oh, he slept on a little bed next to me and wouldn't leave. They were like, "You don't have to stay." I was like, "Baby, you don't have to stay." He was like, "I'm not leaving." And then I had my surgery. I came up to the ward at like 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
Because it was quite a delayed. I was supposed to go down really early and it was delayed. So I came up quite late. So the anaesthetic was still in my body when I woke up the next morning.
That's a lot.
So I won't know it was good. So I thought I was okay.
Oh,
so I woke up and I was like, so I got up, I had a little wash, I like re-straightened my hair, got dressed, and like was about to go for a walk. And the doctor came in and was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to go for a stroll. And he was like,
no, you're not.
Absolutely not. And he was like, sit down. Like, no, he was like, you will have to have another surgery tonight because you'll have a blood clot if you move around too much. He was like, you've got an open wound under there. Like, you've literally.
Oh my God, you don't even realise.
Yeah, he was like, I know you've got an implant there, but he was like, everything's got like, once these anaesthetic wears off and the painkillers wear off, like, it's going to be rough for a few days at least. And so, yeah, I went for like a 2-second walk downstairs and then came back up and then just surrendered to the rest.
So how are you doing now?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm all right. So I had my surgery 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still really early again. I feel like, I'm kind of being vague. I can talk about the bit that's already happened and isn't going to change.
Are you resting?
No, I am. No, resting for me is like not driving, but I'm not allowed to pick anything up heavy.
Okay.
Nothing over like, I think it's like 2 kilos, which isn't very heavy, is it? How much is 2 kilos?
2 kilos, is it? Well, it's a little bit. You can't pick anything up after over 2 kilos.
No.
2 kilos is like a pint of milk.
Yeah, no. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm kicking a lot of things. Like I'm pushing things with my feet. But I am probably doing more than other people might do. But I feel like I'm okay. But
it's half a newborn
she's
baby.
Saying
That's what it is. Half a newborn baby.
Someone just told you that?
Someone just told me that.
Right. Weird. Not the iPad of information.
I know, it just comes up. I just talk to it, it comes up.
Okay. So.
But.
Like, every newborn baby's different though. I'm like, half of what newborn baby? Like all of them? Yeah, like an average baby.
I don't know.
So
I love that's where your mind was going.
Yeah.
Like,
this isn't fact. Who's text you? They ain't your friend.
So you're kicking a lot of things and just moving a lot of things.
No, I'm not kicking. No, I'm not. I am resting and I'm doing a lot of physio and, just like doing the things. I'm like, making my house simpler to cope. Preparing for, I've got to have, obviously I'm having a second surgery to match them and to do a little bit on this one that's not quite right.
Mm-hmm.
Preparing for that. with regards to my health, like I'm good. I'm still in pain. It's still really sore. Like I'm really swollen still on this side because I had a drain
Okay.
that was in for 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
it's like a bottle of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
God.
My son kept asking to drink it, and I was just like, he was like, Sky, drink, mummy. And I was like, no, sweetheart, that's mummy's blood. And he was like, juice, mummy. And I was like, no, Baba. And I'm trying to show him. I'm like, look, it's going into mummy. And he's like, Sky, have some? Sky, have some, mummy? And I'm like, no, baby. Yeah, oh, sweet boy. I miss him so much. So yeah, so it's a bit sore still, and I'm still having physio, and I haven't even like hit my 6-week appointment yet, where it's like, you're okay. Like, you know, you've had a baby and then you go to your 6-week. I know I'm talking about it as if everyone's had a baby, and I hate that, but it's the only thing I can relate to is like when you go to the doctor and you get your 6-week sign off, they go, you can work out lightly, you could, and that's what I'm waiting for. So I've got 2 weeks till that. No, I'm okay. No, I'm actually okay. I'm all right. The weirdest thing for me is that this boob's still small. And it's awkward because I'm so open, and then everyone's like, do I look at her boobs? Do I not? But like this one is obviously the implant. It's like a blanket over. Yeah, it's like a mango under a bed sheet. You know?
I know what you mean.
Should we talk about my music? Because that's probably quite important.
100%. I would love to. Yeah, I mean.
So the plan was to put out a single like a month ago.
Yeah.
And then obviously when this all happened, we kind of avoided talking about it, but didn't. And then it was a bit like, I kind of got to the conclusion that I was like, because I was going to do 2 singles back to back, like I did with No Secrets and Living My Best Life. And I kind of came to the conclusion that more people would be like, is she all right? If I put out a song that quickly.
What? Because
she's a bit delusional. Like, you know, I've got to actually take a break because it would have literally been a week after my surgery.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of waited a bit, and like obviously some things are going to have to change back end of the year that obviously we're still deciding and figuring out. And I hate that, but it is what it is. I can't change what's happening, and I have to just heal. But I had a song called Believe in Magic that I wrote in 22 when I was pregnant.
Oh, come on.
And the chorus lyric is, if I died today, want to know that I made it. Such a waste being jaded. All the little things that fix a broken heart. Open your eyes and you'll see what can happen. Gotta believe in the magic. And like when I sing it now and I listen to it now, like tapped out, the verses tapped out, run my eyes in the morning, tired of the detox, tired of the talking. I get up, I show up day after day. I just want to and listen to Sade. And it's just like, when I listen to it now, I'm just like, it's like this really, you know, when you get angry, hopeful, when you're just like life is so good. Just look up, like, you know, and it just feels like the right song for me to share. And I don't think there's any format anymore. I don't want to feel like I'm focused on marketing strategy. Yeah, it's important, but I just feel like if people feel it as authentic, then it will work. And the second song I was going to put out isn't right, so I'm not doing it.
Wow, I love how I love that's what you do creatively. It's so good that most people, I had this amazing thing once where it's so random that I'm relating it to this, but the guy who created the Apple shops, right? He created all the Apple shops, and then apparently Steve Jobs came. I just read this the other day. Steve Jobs came and said to the guy who created it, "Would you think they're good?" And he went, "I don't think they're good." He said, "Well, don't open it, don't do it." And everyone always feels like they need to put stuff out. They need to do it. But actually the best thing is just holding back until you think it's actually ready.
Or also just it being real.
Yeah, completely.
Like if I put a song out that just doesn't, I love the song that I was going to put out, but there's things going on in the world and like just that what I don't want to sing about or do want to sing about and what feels right for me right now. I have to sing about what I'm feeling. And so when No Secrets and Living My Best Life were the first 2 songs, I was like, this is ridiculous that this is the songs I'm singing, because it felt, I was like singing my life.
That's insanely authentic.
Like
that's
even the lyric
wild.
of Living My Best Life, like no more tears, I'm not wasting time being sad tonight. And I'm singing that knowing that I've got breast cancer and no one knows. Do you know what I mean? Like after all these years, finally I'm living my best life. And even if, like, again, everyone says like, it's literally scientifically proven that if you listen to music that lifts you up, your body will heal, right? It helps heal, but it doesn't cure things, but it helps. It like when you're feeling depressed and you listen to happy music. So like me being able to go out and sing that song, it was just so helpful.
If someone's listening to this now though, yes, and someone's like, what advice would you give them if they're going through something, or a family member or a friend or...
You know, the only thing that's really helped me is I've blogged it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but
I can't wait, man.
I've videoed everything, like getting. You know what's crazy?
You got to put that in a documentary. You got to get that out
maybe.
there.
I don't. It's a lot of boobs. Do you know what I mean?
I
I say it's a lot of boobs. It's not really, but you know what I mean. But I filmed myself crying and really being honest, like holding nothing back, like saying exactly as I felt, however dark it was. So that when I watched it back at any point, I never felt that bad. So I was always like, okay, I'm making progress.
Documenting all of that and like going through it and then showing that to people will be so powerful.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Man,
It was 1 and 2 now.
1 and 2. It's just mad.
But I do just want to say, to end this, if anyone has been diagnosed with cancer or is going through cancer treatment right now or has anyone that they love that's going through it, I'm with you. I'm giving you a hug. Yeah, I'm sending you all the good vibes and energy, and just there's not really much you can say, but I'm with you.
Growing up when you had these health issues, you had this heart condition, which is,
yes,
what's it called?
Wolff Parkinson White syndrome.
Explain that.
So I don't really know, to be honest. My dad has it as well. And my granddad actually had it, and he died from it, I don't even know, 6-7 years ago now. But he was a drummer. So he had like 4 heart attacks, and he was like, I think I got wind. Because he had a really top heavy, like strong body. But we're just Essex, like, you know what I mean? We just crack on. Just cracking on. But when I was younger, it affected me quite a lot, and I would collapse quite a lot. So I couldn't play out. I was quite cotton-walled. And I had an ablation where they put 2 wires through your shoulder and 2 in your groin, and like almost try and zap your heart into a natural rhythm. And I remember coming round, and this is what I grew up with, is my dad went, it didn't work, so you can stop being an attention seeker. And I was 9, and it was that sarcastic humour, honestly, that has gone through me, my sisters, all of us are like that. And yeah, so you're laughing because you know my dad.
So you just deal with it and you crack on.
Just crack on, and he was like, and I'd have a pacemaker, like not a pacemaker, excuse me, what are they called? Like a heart monitor.
Heart monitor.
Yeah, so I'd have that attached to me at school and just cracking on. But it's not, and I was on beta blockers for a long time, and they made me go really, really green, and then I was called an alien at school, and then I wrote a song about it and made loads of money. So
fuck
yeah,
them.
fuck you.
Fuck you, motherfuckers.
But I did look like a rabbit. I had massive teeth, and I was green. Like, I would have taken the piss out of me. You know?
What do you mean you went green?
I was green from one of the side effects of like the tablets. So I had this like green tinge. I had like TV teeth.
Yeah.
When kids have like widescreen TV teeth and their head is like the size of a pea. That was me for a long time. So yeah, I was just,
What, you felt like a bit of a misfit at school?
Yeah, I mean, I was always a bit of a misfit.
Really?
But I kind of liked it. I was in the corner writing a poem about everyone, and everyone else was playing Tamagotchis. And I was like, what is life? I was like this like green rabbit poem writing psycho. You're so upset, aren't you? The whole time she's thinking, I can't believe I cut my hair like this crazy girl. But yeah, I was very, I just had a weird, like very different life quite early on from a lot of my school friends. Like even just being on the West End at 9 and then going to school, and then I was in hospital, and then this happened, and then, so it was always kind of felt like I was experiencing.
You have to grow up quick.
Yeah, and just experiencing a lot of things that I couldn't have a conversation with people about, which is why I just felt so connected to the world when I got pregnant, because I was like, finally something I can like relate to people about.
Really?
Yeah, and have a conversation, it'd be normal. Because fame isn't normal. You know what that's like.
Yeah, well, not on your level, but
No, it's the same. Like, fame is fame. If someone's going, what are you doing in Sainsbury's? How'd you answer it? I'm buying some food. Like, I don't know what the answer is. Is it true? I'm here. I need a tampon. Like, what?
I know. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Shopping.
I know.
I don't know.
I was on a plane not long ago, and someone said, have you been on here the whole time? I was like, so... Didn't want to brag, but I can fly. I came up over Paris. Like, what?
Bit cake. Going back to school times, right?
Yes.
That must have been a little bit tough.
No, it was. It sucked being bullied. It did. It sucks.
But how badly bullied are we talking?
And not really bad. Like, names, and I remember like the odd trip up and like being pushed over and like called names, and yeah, it wasn't fun. But I also had an amazing childhood and loads of friends. But I don't think I realised back then that there were so many kids that were so good at other things way better than me. Like I was never academic. My dad always said to me I was articulate but quite thick. Like I could write a good poem, but it was all spelt wrong. You know what I mean? There was no grammar. The same now. I've got a spelling mistake in my own lyric. It says "don't loose" instead of lose. It's just what it is. Who I am. It's in my DNA. But like when I was younger, I think that because of the situations that I was in, I got to showcase my talents quite young, and a lot of the other kids didn't. And then it just felt like I was showing off, but I wasn't. I was just being me. So I'd almost try and dilute what I was good at to make the other kids feel better.
Really? Because because you were.
I was quite self-aware that I like knew that kids didn't like me because I could sing. So I'd like, wouldn't go for the audition, or I wouldn't do something as well. Or
What, because you worried their reaction?
yeah, like they wouldn't like me. That was a very conscious thing. But then people felt sorry for me because I was always ill.
When you're a kid and you're going through your heart issue and then you have what do you learn from that? What does that give you?
What did I learn from it? That I'm resilient.
Yeah.
That I learned that I need to look after my body. That the life that I've now been given now, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I've never smoked. You know, like that. It's given me an insight to, like, people go like, wow, your voice is so great. And I'm like, what do? You never lose your voice. And I'm like, I'm so strict and I'm so disciplined, you know? And I think that's come from that. So it's like that taught me that and gave me the protection that in some situations I wouldn't have had. Like if I was thinking, oh, if I have like this, if I get drunk, I might have a seizure, or my heart will go into a tachycardia, and I didn't do that.
It saves you from that as well.
Yeah, and I was also confident. There's so many people that I feel like, especially now, and young people are pressured to do things. You've got to just stand in your truth of who you are. The amount of people that go like, I can't believe that you're not drunk. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that I'm going to remember tonight.
That's a really hard thing to do, I think, and especially for young kids to be confident in their space. I'm not doing that. I'm not following that. I'm just doing this. Who teaches you that? How do you learn that?
My mum was definitely a huge... Me and my mum literally had a moment last night where I hugged her and said, yo, you have no idea how special you are. Like, she has raised me and my sisters to just be so... And I think I'm realising it more and more because I'm watching how she is with my son and how she is as a grandparent, and how she is a mum to me as well as being a grandparent to him. But also being back in the limelight and back in this whole crazy thing, this industry, and realising I've never been a yes girl. And that might be why people deemed me as a diva and a bitch back in the day, because I was always like, nah, that ain't a bit of me. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that interview, or I'm not going here, or that doesn't make me feel safe. I don't want to be left with that guy. And everyone be like, oh, she's difficult.
Wow.
All the time. That's all, like, at the beginning of my career.
I did not know that. So
yeah, and the media did that to me as well.
Because you push back.
Yeah, always. And when I'm even now, and I sit with like even some like friends of mine, or like the people who've been in the industry, like especially females that are like, you know, I'm just so glad I've now learned to say no, or like that and I was like, oh, I never was like that. If anything, I was the opposite. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. I was like, the Essex girl was like, are you mad? Like, nah, I'm not doing that. And I now realise that I know that was one of the reasons that I got deemed this, that, and the other, especially in certain things that I did, even in the UK. And so, like, now I'm learning, I'm so glad I stuck to who I am.
A couple of things I want to unpack there, right? Firstly, do you think because you were a woman that's why you were dubbed a diva? Because if a guy was pushing back, do you think he would got the same thing?
No, I think guys get called divas. It's just not the word diva. Okay. I think it's a dickhead. I think guys get called dickheads, and girls and women get called difficult. But I think that when people call you difficult is because they're not able or capable to deliver on the thing that you know you could be deliverable on.
What was your dad like?
My dad's the funniest person ever.
Really?
I wish he had his own podcast. He should have been a comedian.
Who do you get on better with, both, or what are you more?
I'm just like both of them. I'm literally my mum and my dad. My boyfriend's just like, when they're both around, my boyfriend's like, oh my God, like I've got my dad's sense of humour and like deep, sociable connection with humans, but my mum is so patient and very she's kind of like a cat, like she's you know what I mean, you know, she's like doesn't like love everyone straight away, but she'll, like, if she warms to you, she'll come and sit next to you in silence and just kind of look like and comfort you. Like, she's not that I'm saying that I'm like that, imagine I come in dressed as a cat. Yeah, she's like everyone's always like, oh, your mum doesn't like me. I'm like, I know she does, she's just observant. And my dad's like, all right, like they're complete opposites. All right, mate, yeah, nice one, bruv, yeah, nice, bruv.
What moments in your life do really like define you that aren't like those big successful moments that everyone else sees?
Giving birth to my son.
Really?
Oh my God. I cannot tell you how proud I was of myself. Woo! Have you got kids?
But my wife's pregnant. Yeah.
Oh my God, can I give you a hug?
Yeah, you can.
It's the best news ever.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Congrats, how do you feel?
I haven't told.
Oh my God, I
it's
nearly
only-
had sex with the chair. Oh my God, you also, no, you didn't see my ass, did you? I mean, if you did.
I don't know what. I just feel like I could. Yeah.
No, that is literally what life's about. How do
I
you feel?
I feel.
Well, I've gone all weird. It
I
makes
feel
me so excited.
Yeah, I feel amazing. I was really scared.
It's terrifying.
It was terrible, and I want a healthy, happy baby.
How far is she?
She's 10 weeks.
Okay.
So she's feeling quite anxious.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and
This is the hardest bit. The first
yeah.
bit to 12 weeks is when she'll do her body will do the most work.
Okay.
So she's growing everything right now, the lungs, the everything.
I just want to be a good
exhausted.
dad as well.
You will be because of that comment.
Really?
If you want to be a good dad, you will be because you care. That's it. Good parents care that they're good parents.
Tell me about your son.
He is I wish I could be here because he's the most hilarious, magical boy. Honestly, he is like, it's like watching your heart walk around, and it's an opportunity for you to reflect on your own self and going, what do I want to teach this human? What do I want to let go of? Like, is my irritability something I want them to know? No. So then you try not to be as irritable. And you grow yourself. It will change your whole life. It's the best thing that I've ever been through.
Wow.
And he turned 2, a week ago. And he is just the best. But giving birth, I can show you the video if you want. I have it. It's not gory. I had a C-section. But like, you barely see anything gross. You just see him being pulled out. And there's Bob Marley playing. And
is that what you had in there?
Yeah, I had Bob Marley playing. I had prepared for a natural birth.
Yeah.
So I did this thing called the Epino. I can give you a whole list of
I would
things
love
that
all
are
this.
like helpful. Obviously, you don't need to do the Epino. That would be weird. Don't need to stretch out your vagina. Oh my God. So yeah, it's this thing that you like, a balloon that you put inside you, and you pump it up to the size of a baby head, and then you give birth to it every night. So I had done that right up, and then I had this...
Giving birth to a balloon every night?
Yeah, but it's a baby's head, because that's the hardest part, and then the shoulders kind of flop
then
out.
It goes out.
Anyway, so then I ended up having a C-section, and I was like, I said to my boyfriend, I was like, now I've just got a really weird party trick. But that's my point, is that you guys will plan, but the baby will decide in the end how they come into the world, and that will be their personality. Of just like, it's beautiful though to have this discipline and like this inspiration to like love on your bodies, your cells, your partnership. Like, it's so beautiful.
Because you had a miscarriage before.
Yes.
And it must have been so...
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks for anyone that's been through it.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's no good way.
My greatest girlfriend in the world, she was my best woman at my wedding. She had went through a few.
Yeah. Oh.
And I didn't have the... when she first told me, it like took my breath away. I wasn't prepared for it, because you just don't think. But then because of that, what happens is that you then become learnt and you become anxious.
Yeah, it definitely alters. Once you've had a miscarriage, like, obviously I did it when I was on my own when I did that. And I met my current boyfriend maybe 3 weeks after it happened. And then 7 months later I was pregnant. And so, but that experience was, in the positive way, made me take every little moment of the pregnancy that I had that went full term. It was the most magical thing, and I just soaked it up. And when I tell you, as soon as your wife is showing and she wants to tell the world, tell her to rub that belly, take all the pictures, forget the noise, because I tell you, if there's one judgmental crowd out there, it's mums and parents, and they all have their opinion, and it's just like projection. Ignore it.
Just ignore it all.
It's her experience, it's her body and her feeling. But it also, when you've gone through that, especially even if you haven't gone through it, but you know someone that has closely, it puts all of that like reality of, oh, this could go wrong.
Yeah.
At any point. And you have to prepare yourself for that, but not hold on to that.
That's the hard thing, because
it's not easy.
Because if you've experienced, then how do you, during your then pregnancy with your son now, how do you not get the fear and the anxiety?
I did. The first 3 months I was a mess. I was just convinced. Every time he didn't kick for a little bit, I was like, it's done. I had a scan all the time, and luckily I could afford to. And I'm talking now on the other side. Like, I say this on stage, I say this in interviews. I feel so guilty that for so long I was on the side with the men and women that have struggled or have fertility issues or have child loss. And now I'm not, but I am, but I'm not. And I just have this, I have this like overwhelming sense of guilt that I'm just like, I'm talking about it because it's happened to me. And there may be people that it will never happen for. That breaks my heart. That people that I know that deserve, because there's so many people that don't want to be parents, that, you know, don't want it or don't care for it and that have it. And there's people that want it so bad that don't get it. It breaks my heart.
Did you always want to be a mum?
Always. I'm the mum in my friend group. Like, I've always just been like maternal, always, my whole life.
But you said, I think you said this somewhere, where when you had the miscarriage, you then again went and did a show straight away.
Yeah, the next day.
Man.
Yeah.
Again, you seem to just like keep batting on.
Because I think people forget, like, Jessie J is the brand name.
Yeah.
But like Jessica is all of it. That is me. Whether I'm booked to go to the doctor's appointment or go for a walk with my son or go for dinner with my boyfriend or go on stage, I'm the same person in most situations. Like, it's just the brand name makes people think that I become something. And so for me, I went on stage as Jessica, but the brand Jessie J on the door, to do a show, to do my job, to go to work. But I'd had a miscarriage the night before.
So you can become that, and then that's something else almost.
No, they all exist at the same time.
They all exist at the same time.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to pretend I'm not going through it, but I'm not going to make it so miserable that I'm not going to be able to deliver my show. It was an emotional show. It was a small, intimate show. You know, and I remember walking out and everyone was just like in silence. And I was just like, so how's everyone feeling tonight? You know, and everyone's just like this. And I was like, we're allowed to laugh, guys. It's okay. And we all cried together and I sang my songs. But I don't think people realize like how much it lifted me up. Like, I lived in LA on my own. I got pregnant on my own. Wow. I lost the baby by myself. I was alone for 6 days before my sister could come out. My mum wasn't well enough to travel. That was the hardest part, you know, because I had friends and stuff, but like, you know, like to go and for some reason, what I never realized and thought about is that you lose the baby, but then you've got to lose the baby.
I know.
And that's the bit I just didn't ever
I didn't know that
put together. And I was just, in my head, it was like, it just disappears. And I'm like, it's got to come out.
I didn't realize that some people have to go and
yeah, you have to have surgery, but it
yeah.
depends what stage you're at.
Sure.
You know, and you take tablets and they see if it comes naturally, and if it doesn't, then you have to go. And you know, and I ended up having an emergency D&C while I was awake.
What's the D&C?
It's I don't want to go into detail, but it was the most pain I've ever been in. It was rough, and I came out after screaming, like I bit through my sister's hand. Like, I never spoken about this, but it was so intense. And my sister said, I'm so happy I was there to be able to know that when you have a moment that I understand why, because I was so like that no one else would understand, because no one else saw that moment but her. And I'll never forget, I came out into the waiting room and one of the nurses said, there's lots of pregnant women out there, if that's, you know, and I said, do you know how happy I am that they're not going through this?
Good on you.
Like, so many of my friends were like, I was so angry when I had mine and jealous. And I was like, I wanted to hug every pregnant woman that I saw and went, I'm so happy that you're okay.
Oh man, that's such a great way to look at things.
No, my pain does not take away from anyone else's joy.
You feel things deeply, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, so, like you
Can you tell?
I can feel it on, like,
I know.
But it's a beautiful thing, by the way. It really is. Like, never lose that. That's like the most beautiful thing. So when you're in love, you must feel that deep.
Oh, it's beyond. Yeah. It's hard. It's you know, my mum always said to me, fall in love as many times as you can deeply. It will either work or it won't. And I never let that go. Like, I've never let it go. So when I go for it and I'm like, and also again, fame, like you can go for dinner with someone, get photographed and it's like, when you're like, no.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to give him head. You know, like it wasn't that deep, literally. Like, you know, sorry, Sonny. He's already he's emailing the HR. PR's quit.
I know exactly what.
You know what I mean? It's not that deep.
Yeah.
But then there are times where it is deep, and they're just like, and they don't play it up enough, and you're like, no, this isn't Jessie J's boyfriend. This is the love of my life. Let's put some respect on his name. He's the father of my child. You know.
Let's go.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the vibes.
I freaking love that.
Yeah.
And then
I like championing people. I like to. I said it to my band at rehearsals. They were like, "But do you want?" I'm like, "Do you know how much joy it gives me watching people enjoy their lives and doing their job and being or whatever they're doing or being a parent or being in a relationship and really enjoying it and being good at it and like getting like and if I can give you
You like passion like me.
if I can give the spotlight to my drummer and be like go and he's just like bah, 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 like I live for those moments.
Yeah.
Take 6 minutes solo. We'll cut a song. This is the moment. You know, like I love that. So I like to make sure I give people their dues where deserved.
Where did you meet your boyfriend?
On Raya.
Did you?
Dun dun dun! It works.
I tried to apply.
Did you?
They said no. Yeah, when I first went on, like when it was like,
so funny.
it was like this, like it's quite a secluded dating app, and I applied, and they were like, nah,
No, absolutely not. You can go for a run,
just
go for a jog. We know you like that.
do a couple of ultramarathons, whatever you want.
No, I mean honestly, I had really struggled to.
I love that you keep that as your story. That's the best.
Yeah, like it is what it is. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like he was in New York at the same time as me, which is the only reason I saw him, which is quite romantic. So we didn't meet. Like I seen him on the app, and I'm a creep. I didn't actually say I don't even know how to use the app. I just went and followed him on Instagram because it's connected to Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
So I followed him on Instagram, and I'd not long had my miscarriage, and it was me and my friend that was in New York sitting down, and she was like, "Come on, don't let go of love. You don't need to do this on your own." And I honestly felt like that was the reason that I had my miscarriage, is because the energy of the world was going, you deserve to be in love doing this with someone.
This is going to happen for you, so just
and
wait.
It happened 7 months later, and I went full term with no complications. Right, and it's like to me, like the soul and the spirit of my baby was there, and he still is now. He's just like, no, this isn't how I want my daddy to be. I want to know him, and I want it to be this guy. That's how I feel it, truly, because him and my son are like, they're like two peas in a pod. So anyway, so I was in New York.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah,
that's
and this
insane.
is how I feel, like truly.
So you're in New York.
So I'm in New York. So me and my friend were in the hotel, and like, you know, I went on like a inspirational need to get away from my own head trip to New York. It was Christmas time. I just had the miscarriage. I went and had a little trip, and I was all the world. I told whoever has seen it, right? So whoever knew. And she was like, come on, let's get you back. And I was like, I'm not opening my Raya app now. I've just had a miscarriage. She was like, come on, girl, let's have a look. So I was swiping through, you know, and then I was like, oh, he's cute. And he runs a basketball camp for kids in Denmark. And I was like, I love that. You know, like someone that can be, he's got no kids, which is either a red flag or a big green flag.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. You know, it's like we get to a certain age and you're just like, this is either a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah,
so I followed him, and then I was like, no. He's going to have seen what I've just gone through publicly. He's not going to want to deal with me and my fame and this and like, no. So I unfollowed him. Couldn't stop thinking about him.
Really?
I just kept seeing him. Like, I just kept thinking about him, and I was like, okay, let me follow him again. And then he messaged me saying, you're way too cute to unfollow, follow, like to not say what you want to say. And I was like a little dog that wants to jump in a swimming pool. You know how excited they get?
Man, they freak out.
Like, I was just like, and I was, and I was like,
can't
you know,
type it quick enough.
You know when you're responding before they've even sent the message. I hate that when you're on Instagram.
Yes, I am.
Or someone says, you heart it before they've even, and they're just thinking, were you just sitting there waiting for me to message you?
Yeah.
It was like 100%.
And you're like this.
Yeah. No, that was literally it. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, and I lied to him and told him that I accidentally unfollowed him. And then it was this whole spiel that I ended up telling him the truth like a few months in. But anyway, we started talking, and then he was in Denmark. And then I was in LA, and obviously I was going through, and I wanted to like make sure I was good before I flew anywhere.
Yeah.
And then the day I was supposed to leave, I got COVID.
Oh my God. It always...
So then I had Christmas on my own. I was like, let's go, baby. I was like, yeah, like miscarriage, done. Like COVID, tick. You know.
Christmas for myself, killing it.
Yeah, 100%. And so I just was like, and I FaceTimed him for the first time on, I remember on the 15th of December, the day I got COVID. And so I flew home on January.
You just FaceTime him?
Yeah. And I was like looking rough as anything.
Just completely naked?
Yeah, just fully naked, like green.
Just looking green.
If you can take me like this, everything's uphill from here, kiddo.
Was it
no eyebrows, just like let me make sense of that. I've got naturally really light hair, so I have to dye my eyebrows every 3 days. Anyway.
Was there an immediate connection?
Oh, 100%.
Wow.
He's the most calm. We're the polar opposite, aren't we?
He's just calm.
He is calm and patient, very logical, like doesn't think with emotions. And I'm the opposite.
Yeah, but you need that yin to the yang.
100%.
That's what works.
So he's very like, and I needed that. And yeah, his patience is beyond me. It's like,
I love that you're such a champion. It's I'm always like that. To speak so great about your partner the whole time.
Yeah.
Always, it's the best.
But let me tell you when we met.
Okay.
So I flew home on the 1st of January.
Yeah.
It was on the 2nd of January.
Yeah.
So I'd missed New Year. I was in the air for New Year on my own. He was like, do you want another bread roll? And I was like, you know what? Happy New Year. I might even have a Sprite with a straw, you dirty girl. Let's go. I'll have another bag of pretzels, please.
Going to the bar actually, just pretending you're crazy on the flight. Look at me. Someone take a photo.
Taking a shit in the aisle, like, it's been a rough few months. Let's just do wild stuff for no reason. Imagine just going absolutely mental. But no, I remember landing and just being like, I'm so glad I'm home after everything I'd just gone through with COVID. And COVID was like, wasn't great, but it wasn't awful for me. So I was kind of glad that it was just horrible, the amount of people that lost people. So I got home and we met at the Corinthia Hotel. And I am like sweating, trying to unpack. And he's like, I'm already here. And I was like, oh my God. And I remember just being like, give me a second. And I was jet lagged and I was a mess. And I got downstairs and no word of a lie, there was like Christmas music playing and he was leaning against the lift, the most suave, and I couldn't make eye contact. I was just like, and I'd spoken to him every day on the phone for like weeks and I was just like, hello. And he must have thought, you're an absolute lunatic.
Did you kiss straight away?
No, we didn't. No, we went up to the room because obviously I didn't want people to see us. But then we went to, what's it called? Winter Wonderland.
Oh, you did?
And it was his last day. And we were walking around Winter Wonderland and he just stopped in the middle of a massive crowd and just kissed me. And I was like, oh my God, you're the guy. Because no one would ever do that. They're too scared. And I was like, people are looking, he said, I don't care. Yeah.
He's a fucking legend.
Yeah. Bring him in, here he is.
Where is he?
He's under the table. He's so small.
He's a little borrower.
Plot twist. He's 1'4".
I mean, we haven't even mentioned the fact that you won Singer, the Chinese show, which was like viewed by
Is that on your Google Doc sheet?
It's not even on the
about
Google.
me?
No, but it's viewed by 1.2 billion people.
I know the finale was, yeah.
Dude, and you won it.
Yeah, I did win it, yeah. And I go to China a lot. It's like a whole another universe.
Another thing.
Yeah, because they don't have the same social media platforms. So it's like people can exist there as artists, and like that's what I love, bridging the gap, which is why I was so happy when that show went viral elsewhere, because people are like, what is this?
So do you have a social media account?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How many followers are on it?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Come on.
Do you know what? I screen grabbed on my Instagram the other day and my sister messaged me going, 49 million people have looked at your page. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't realise it showed that. Yeah. Mad amounts of people coming through to see me sing.
Yeah, but also a show like Singer.
Yeah.
That'll also just.
Do you know what the format was? It is.
Well, I'm assuming it's a singing show, right?
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to be a contestant, so I signed up for it kind of on a whim. I was in the studio writing Rose, my fourth album that no one knows exists. What you do now? It's really good.
And that's your mum's name, right?
My mum's name is Rose. Yeah, it was Realizations, Obsessions, Sex, and Empowerment. So it's 4 installations, and it's my favorite. I love my album. It's my favorite. The first one, that one, and the new one. They're my 3 favorite albums I've ever made, and so. I was in the middle of writing that. I was a bit down. I was not in the best place. I was growing out my hair, so I looked like Kris Jenner coming out the shower.
Yeah, and it's like a weird microphone.
Yeah. I actually looked like a Lego man, and it wasn't fun.
Just take it off.
Yeah, no, it was just bad. And so I was in hiding, and my manager at the time was like, "Do you want to do this TV show?" And I was like, "You know what? Just sign me up." He's like, "But we don't really know what it is." I was like, "Just sign me up. I'll go. I'll fly there, and I'll do whatever." So I went there thinking I was a guest, and I was a contestant. I did 13 episodes and I didn't know what anyone was saying because everyone was speaking Chinese, like in Mandarin. So I was like, okay, so then I had a translator. So I did, the first week I did Domino, second week was I Have Nothing, it went viral.
Yeah, huge.
And then the third week I did, I can't remember now, gosh, I can't remember, like Luther Vandross or something. And then the week just happened, I just kept staying and I was like, okay, this is a thing.
I guess this is happening.
This is happening. And it was a live vote. It was a thing. It wasn't like it was a It was mad.
But it just
But everyone on the show is like huge. They're artists that are established.
yeah.
So it's like there was like Hua Hua, Wang Fang. It was like amazing, massive artists that do like 50, 60,000 capacity venues.
And it's like the ultimate. It's like the ultimate talent show. It's like the
it's
ultimate
one of the
show
biggest
about,
music TV shows in the world.
But it's also because everyone is already successful in their
I
own
wish they'd
right.
do it here.
Yeah, it's
I've been trying to bring it here, but no one would. I don't think people would do it.
winning that. It just shows how great your voice is as well.
I
Like,
mean, I just
you can say it.
and yeah, no, I mean, I worked my butt off, but
Yeah.
it's really just like. It was beautiful to sing songs like, I know that I don't quote me on this, but I believe that like Purple Rain hadn't been performed like on their TV ever. And like to be able to bring that, like sing my favourite songs with an orchestra, it was just amazing. It was so much fun.
I'm so glad you're back with music, man. Honestly,
Thank you.
like just like I'm a fan firstly, but then
Bang,
also
bang,
meeting
baby.
meeting you today. You're a fucking legend, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
you're
a strong word.
Yeah, you are. You 100% are. Can I thank you for doing this? I know you've done a lot, and
I have.
I can really appreciate.
Honestly, I've got nothing left to talk about now.
Well,
I'm allergic to hazelnuts. That's the only thing I think I've not told people.
that's our big one.
I had them recently by mistake. It was bad.
Okay.
Cool.
You're
Good
right.
talk. See you later.
No, see you later. Wait, we like to no Nutella. Do you mind me just right?
No Nutella, no Kinder Bueno.
We got quick fire 8 questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Saying a phrase that makes you smile or cheers you up.
If it's not okay, it's not the end because it will be okay in the end.
Best compliment anyone's ever given you.
Great tits. No. That I'm.
So many things are coming to your
I
head.
don't know. No. I think probably just that I'm funny. I think that's
Yeah.
probably a big compliment for
It's
me.
the best, right? What scares you most about yourself?
My oversensitive imagination.
Big. When was the last time you cried?
This morning in the shower. You don't want to know why. Then my son took a shit on the mat. Literally right outside. And I opened the door and I was naked, covered in soap, and it was just steamy hot shit.
Did you barehanded?
I had to.
Okay,
And then I went back in the shower
and cradled it.
and ate it. No.
Just wanted to feel really close to it.
Just love him so much. Come on, baby, I'll get you shit. Come on. Chocolate ice cream, mummy. No, I didn't eat it.
What's something you can't let go of?
Something I can't let go of that my security guard Dave didn't phone me before he decided to leave the world. Hate that. That's the first thing that came into my mind.
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure?
Reality TV.
Yeah, it's good. What turns you off?
Poor hygiene.
What turns you on?
Oh, an organised pantry. You better face those labels to the front, you dirty, dirty boy. What turns me on?
Give me some.
No, literally, yeah. Yeah, tired. Yeah.
You walk in there.
Organised, yeah.
What do you like most about yourself?
My perspective.
Last one, favorite swear word.
I don't know.
You don't have to swear.
Maybe shit.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
That you eat.
Yeah. That comes out of my... No. Absolutely not.
Jessie J, you're the best. Thank
you
so
for having
much.
me. This was fun. So much was shared.
Jess, I can give you
That
one.
was so much, wasn't it? You all know a secret about me and I know